that's watching right this moment. It's going to be a change from now on my Monday streams. I'm no longer being a player. I am DMing, so you get to watch me screw things up on a Monday and a Friday. Aren't you guys lucky? So obviously my name's Becca, I'm the DM. You'll have known that already, I'm sure. My players will kind of keep them not introducing themselves this week. We'll start that from next week. And as this is the first session, there's also no recap to do. So as long as we are ready to go, we will jump straight in.
Ready.
Ready.
You guys are ready. I'm not sure I am, but here we go. So. You are starting in the city of Westrun. You have all found yourselves here through your own travels and your own adventures. Somehow fate has led you all to this particular city, and in fact one particular tavern. You all found your way to a tavern in the market ward named the Puddlemuck Chambers. You sat in your respective seats in the tavern, had a few drinks, and that's the last thing you all remember. You all start to come to consciousness this morning, and you can tell it's morning because there is light sunlight coming in from the windows, indicating that the sun has just about risen. Still, you find yourselves still at the tables you were sat at and the bar you were sat at last night. Surrounded by people. And you start to notice most of the people in the tavern are not stirring to consciousness like yourselves. Most of them are still, from what you can see right this moment, asleep. But you do start to notice others of you stirring. So we will start with Jerry, if you would like to describe your character.
He is a human. He's very finely dressed. Kind of dark hair. A little bit of a goatee and a mustache going on. He's got like a fat signet ring, with like a deer's head on it, and he's got like a real fine cane. I'll pop a little picture of him in the chat so you guys can see it.
Okay. And you are sat at the bar, I believe.
He is.
Okay. So as you stir to consciousness, the first person you see also stirring to consciousness, and he's fairly obvious, is the gentleman to your left. And now you've clocked him because from what you could see, he has wings on show, which is unusual. So Flynn, if you'd like to describe your character, I think I've got the right character name there.
Yep. Yeah, Flynn is kind of a bit disheveled, like messy red hair, and in certain lights they seem to have like metallic strands of copper in them. And as he wakes up, you can see he's got like a faint 5 o'clock shadow and like a white shirt, which is unbuttoned, like 4 buttons too low, so you can see like the entirety of his chest. He's got like a loose black jacket on him, and yeah, he's got a pair of like angelic looking wings, and the tips of which are black. They ombre down into like a silver. And as he makes eye contact with you, you can see he's got like scarlet red eyes.
Okay. You two now stirring awake and starting to move. Also can see you don't see many of them around. You think they're called a furbolg, but you're not entirely sure. But they're also stirring awake. So Clove, if you'd like to describe your character.
So you see a very tall, slightly gaunt Firbolg. She's got pure white hair with black and aqua streaks in it. And it's in a sort of messy half bun. Some of the tresses are sort of cascading around her shoulders. She's got deep blue eyes. She's got dark, light grey, light furring with white speckles on the eyes. But what's more notable is the long scar, which as she turns, you can see more clearly on one side of her face. It reaches from the forehead down past her eye, down to her cheeks. And she's groggily, just waking up and looking around slowly and carefully. Not saying a word. Taking a measure of the room.
Flynn waves.
Slowly waves back.
Finger guns.
Doesn't really know what that is, so just waves slightly and starts to come around the room.
Okay. And also, the next person sort of closest to you guys that you see stowing awake is a gentleman with a very big sword on his back. Dom, I'm not going to try and pronounce your character's name. I have no idea what that mess of letters is, so I'm going to let you tell us what your name is and describe your character, please.
My character is Valfrida Hjolifsdotter.
Valfrida, what?
And
That's great.
this character is very kind of innocent, androgynous, kind of youthful-looking character. A little bit dishevelled at the moment. Very virtuous-looking, dressed in chainmail. Yeah, sort of just stone. Blonde hair, white eyes.
Okay, and last but not least, sort of sat slightly away from the rest of you, is Django, if you'd like to describe your character.
So he's a little bit small than your standard Goliath, but he's got blue-grey skin, bald head. Looks well toned from what you can see, but most of it's masked by a rather shapeless and grubby traveller's cloak that he's got pulled around him, hood up. But doesn't appear as built as most Goliaths. He doesn't have any tattoos at all. He has bright ice blue eyes that've got an ever so slight glow to them. And as he's slowly lifting his head up from the table, and rubbing the bridge of his nose, you can see the two little yellow beady eyes peering out from underneath his hood. There's a little black cat, a scruffy little kitten, sticks its head out and looks around. Just slowly turns, regards the rest of the tavern, and picks up his flagon in the optimistic hope that there might still be some alcohol left in it.
Unfortunately, there is no alcohol left in your flagon. It is empty.
I'm going to get up and head over to the bar.
You absolutely can.
Is the barman on the deck?
He is flat out on the floor. You can just see him as you sort of pop your head over the bar. He is flat out.
I call out to him. Oi, mate. Mate. Bloody hell. Well, this is a first trouble.
You get no response from him. In fact, all of you now, you're sort of awake and semi-conscious. A little bit of a headache, each and every one of you. Notice that no one else in the room seems to be waking up.
Kind of poke person sitting next to me. I tried to shuffle them awake.
Okay. You poke them. You try to shuffle them awake. They don't wake up. In fact, they fall to the floor. They're not holding themselves up at all.
No shit. How much did we
Can I
drink?
run over to that person and check, see if they're alive? See if they're.
You can. Make me a medicine check. First roll of the campaign.
That's cool.
And I'm not prepared.
As he comes over, I'm like, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Promise.
A 13. So you start to try and check if they're okay. The body's cold to the touch. And you try to check for a pulse and for breathing, and there's nothing.
Dear.
Guys, I think this one's dead.
Again, wasn't me. But fuck. I'll check the pulse of the person sitting across me on the table, like lean over the table.
Okay. Make me another medicine check. Or make me a medicine check.
Okay. Medicine, I'm brilliant at that.
You also can't find a pulse, but you can't quite tell if that's because you can't find a pulse or if your banging head is just drowning out the pulse that you could potentially feel.
Could I do a little scan around the room just to see if I see what might have happened, if there was a scuffle or if there's any marks that like someone else is involved, that sort of thing.
Okay.
God, that's an investigation.
It depends. Are you just glancing round the room to see if you can see anything, or are you actually going round and properly looking and checking the floor and things like that?
No, I'm just glancing around.
Okay, so make me a perception check then. Okay. So you're very perceptive. You can't see any signs of a scuffle or any signs of a fight. It doesn't look like these guys just went down in a mass brawl. So as you're sort of glancing around, you do happen to notice a glint from the bin behind the bar. You can't quite tell what it is from over here, but it looks like it doesn't fit from what you can see.
Shiny. I'll go over to where is it? What's behind the bar?
Yes, just behind the bar.
I'll sort of stand up, and once she stands up, she's very tall. Billbog. About 7.5 foot. She sort of leans over the bar very carefully and slowly and picks up the shiny object, if it's pickable.
It is pickable upable. While you've been moving over to the bar with your nat 20 perception check there, you've also noticed you weren't sort of keeping a close check on everyone in the bar last night, but you have realised that from what you can tell, everyone's still here minus the barmaid. The barmaid isn't here anymore. She's nowhere to be seen. And as you lean over the bar and you pick up the item out of it, it's actually a glass vial. It's empty, but there's a tiny little bit of liquid left in the bottom, and it's got a symbol on the outside of the vial.
Huh. Is it a recognizable symbol?
Make me a history check.
Best.
Okay, that's not so bad. In fact, that's exactly what you needed. So the symbol on the vial, you've not been in Westrun very long, but you've started to recognise sort of the symbols of the sort of government that's currently going on in Westrun, and this is one of them. This symbol there is actually the symbol of the alchemist to the sort of lead government. or the military leader because they're under martial law technically. So
Okay. I have no idea what to do with this book, so I just place it on top of the bar. Looks like they all poisoned. Ah, funny.
What?
Did I tell if I give it a little sniff if it's what it is? Do I get knocked out?
you don't get knocked out, but make me a nature check if you would. Okay, that's not.
Cat poo.
It's not my strong suit.
That's fine. So you do actually recognise it. You don't know the name of it. It's actually a very, very old poison. It's very rare and it's been illegal since King Dressig's days back hundreds of years ago because he used it to kill his political opponents. So when he was overthrown and it became less of a monarchy in Tal'dorei and more of a sort of government elected, people elected monarchy, they banned it and they made it illegal.
I tell everyone who is awake everything I've just seen and what I know.
I would, having heard someone mention the word dead, I would like to turn to the person sat at the bar on my right and very slowly and very deliberately push them off their stool.
And they tumble to the ground, and that stool is now yours if you want it.
No, just wanted to see how that one was going to go down. Right, Trouble. I think we better be off out of here.
Can I start going through the guy next to me's pockets?
You can make me an investigation check.
Nice. He ain't using it.
I'm just gonna start.
14.
Okay, so you don't find much. You find about 4 copper in his pocket and what looks to be his house key.
Take them both.
Okay.
Jerry's probably going to be kind of scratching his head at this point, kind of look around at all of these, feeling a little uncomfortable that he looks so ordinary compared to everybody else. He's just kind of out loud just say, did everybody drink the same as everybody else here last night? Because I'm pretty sure I did. And, well, why are we not dead?
I don't remember what this drink was called. I was just handed it.
I just drink whatever the bar was serving, mate.
Oh no, someone on this table ordered a round and I just drank whatever was in it.
It's like someone tried.
So maybe I might just head out and get a town's guard or something. Although I'm not sure.
Not quite so hasty there, please, mate.
Why?
Well, don't know how much you know about the history of this town, but yeah, no guesses who they're going to look at and blame for all of this.
Yeah, he's got a point. We are the only ones alive in a tavern full of dead people. It's not going to look the best for all of us.
Wouldn't it? Oh.
No, dear. Not at all.
You've got nothing to fear if you have nothing to hide.
That's true.
That's true, but
What are we gonna do with all these bodies?
loot 'em? They ain't using their stuff.
I think that's
I mean, it's tempting.
That's called tampering with evidence.
I think it's called ransacking a corpse, mate. But
technically we're evidence, so
Nobody touched me.
I was about to say nobody's touched me in a while, so can Flynn get up and go into like the kitchen, the back areas and stuff, just to see if anybody's coming in for like the morning shift or whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. So you go have a walk round. You can't see anyone coming in for the morning shift, but you do see as you look out the window. I'm saying this is a window, by the way. It might be a door, but it's a window in my world. As you look out the window, you do notice 2 or 3 guards just looking, city watch, just looking suspiciously at the bar.
Ooh, fuck. He turns around and runs back to the rest of them. Like, walks in and is like, well, we may not need to go get the guards. There's 2 out the back.
Oh, great, they're here.
Well, yes and no. Yes, they're here. No, it's not great.
Maybe for you.
Well, we found this bottle of poison. Clearly, somebody's poisoned these people. Wasn't any of us. We're not affiliated with this, this fella. So, hand the poison over. Job's a good one.
no, I wish I could share your optimism, my friend. I want to reach over the bar and see if any of the kegs back here have got any booze in. I need a drink.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh, this is going to go so well. Apparently, I'm very good when I'm looking for beer.
And you do find beer. All of those kegs are pretty much full.
Fucking excellent. I'm going to gather up as many empty flagons and tankards within reach and just start filling them all up.
May I suggest you use clean flagons?
Oh, that's a good point. Put a couple of the ones that I've already filled down, get one I'm about to fill, spit in it, get a bit of my cloak, give it a wipe around, and then fill it up. And I'm going to take all the flagons back to the table I was sat at.
The 2 of you seem pretty keen to rob this place blind. Are you sure you weren't, trying to kill off everybody here in order to steal all the booze?
You don't need to kill a bar full of people to steal the booze, mate. Trust me.
What he said, exactly.
I'm just looking at this from every angle.
I get your curiosity and your due diligence, but poison's not my weapon of choice.
What is your weapon of choice?
Anything I can get my hands on at the time.
Like poison?
Yeah, that didn't. Yeah. Which one said that?
You don't strike me as a poison type of guy.
Thank you. Is there any... Sorry.
I sort of wandered towards where the dorms are. Or
While she does that, I'm just going to grab a bottle of rum that's corked off the back shelf and put it in my bag.
All right, well, somebody killed all these people. It clearly wasn't the barman, because he's dead and all. So it had to be either somebody here or somebody not here. Exactly.
Maybe they killed themselves.
Oh yeah, I remember. There was a maid. The maid's not here. I wonder where she's gone.
Or the maid.
Or the lizard folk. The lizard folk.
That's not fair, mate. The lizard folk always get a very bad rep.
There was a lizard folk here?
There's always a lizard folk somewhere. There's probably one among us right now.
I mean, I was pretty steaming last
Can
night,
I
but
look
I'm damn
outside
sure I didn't
that-
see no
is that on
giant
Wednesday?
lizards.
That's a door.
That's the door. Can I just sort of open it slowly?
Yep. So you open the door slowly, and you can see the city starting to sort of come to life. You get the impression it's still fairly early in the morning, but people are starting to leave to open up shops and things. And you notice, so Flynn told you that there was 2 guards outside. There's now 4 guards outside.
Huh. I think that's probably bad. I'm not too sure if what's bad. I'll close the door gently as possible. Slam the door. No.
Yes.
Close it gently, and I will meander my way back. There's 4 people now. Just what you should know.
Oh, good.
Sounds
There'll
so
be 8
polite.
shortly.
Can I check the barman to see if it's like if he's bled from his mouth, his like eyes are bloody, or like Joffrey from Game of Thrones reaction to poison? Something. Spoilers, sorry.
Dear Lord.
Make me a medicine check.
Yay. Okay. Medicine.
Okay.
Better. but not good.
So, from what you can tell, there's no visible signs that they've drunk poison. So, his face hasn't ballooned up. There's no blood coming from eyes and mouth. It literally just looks like he fell asleep. But you can't wake him up. And he
Would
has no
a-
pulse.
Nah, you already said what poison is. There's no pulse. He's dead. Um.
Look, I don't particularly trust everybody here, but there's guards closing in. We don't have all the answers. We look sus. Maybe we just take that bottle with us. We shimmy on out the back, and we solve this elsewhere. Because I don't want to get caught up in this.
The guards are out the back. FYI, we walk the front door.
Oh,
There's guards
then
out
let's
the back
shimmy on
and
out
at
the
the front.
Yeah. Should we burn the place down or no?
Oh, well.
Mm.
Look, as something of an expert on looking a little bit shady, there's nothing more suspect than all trying to slip out of here before they can properly, come and ask questions or whatever. That bit's coming. Just wait. I'm going to try and lean back on the bench as much as I can and finish another flagon.
Okay. Talking about knowing how to seem shady, you do notice in the pocket of the dwarf to your right is a hastily scrawled note, and it does look from the way that that table has sort of fallen down as fallen down from the poison. They were potentially sort of gathered in hush whispers.
That's this table here.
Yes, that one.
So Albar notices more from Trouble getting off and sniffing around the guy's pocket.
Yep.
What you got there, Trouble? Going over. Goes over the dwarf. Pulls it out. Nope. Nope, can't read that at all. Absolute incomprehensible gibberish. Anyone else fancy a go?
Why not?
What's that?
I have no idea. Some kind of scrawlings.
I'll vault the bar and try and look cool.
Here you are, champ.
Thank you. Can I read it or?
Let me pull up what languages you read.
Yep.
I have my cheat sheet. Not, in fact, no one can read on this.
Perfect.
Nope. Don't understand this.
Would we recognize what language it is, even though we couldn't read?
You would, because of your upbringing, you've probably learned to recognise quite a few languages. It's Dwarvish.
I'll kind of address the rest of the group and just say yes. Yeah, that's Dwarvish. I've seen it before. I can't read it, but if we find another dwarf, they're guaranteed to know it.
There's another dwarf over there.
A living one.
Ah, bugger. I suppose it was too much to hope that the note would say, ha ha ha, I done it. I'm sick of all these bastards. I'm going to poison a lot of them. Signed, Mr. Unrelated Dwarf.
Could be.
That would be helpful.
That would be very helpful.
I wonder why someone would do that.
You don't get out much, do you, dear?
I've taken walks.
That explains everything.
Look, I get out quite a bit. I've never seen anything quite like this. I mean, I've seen some blinders, but you don't go and kill the bar staff. It's just
Sorry,
not
did we
on.
say we had a dwarf who was alive?
Nah, they're both dead, mate.
They're both dead, yeah.
Can I use lay on hand?
Everybody's dead.
I don't think that's going to bring him back to life.
Does it not?
No. You have to be still living to use lay on hands. Healing touch.
Oh, yeah.
That one hit point.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so special.
Special boo.
So, are we sneaking? Are we leaving, or are we staying for the many guards that are probably going to be coming? There's probably
Here's
more.
here's what I'm thinking. The guards don't know this is going on in here. So what if we just walk out like we've just had a jolly morning drink, and then once we're out of, at a decent distance, we just leg it.
Just going to take a very long look at everyone here.
Yeah.
We're not exactly inconspicuous, though, are we?
Yeah, but we just walk out like, oh, we're just a group of pals having a drink.
Yeah, I get you.
Morning, officer.
I think what happens next is the officers walk in here and they see what's happened and they turn around to all their mates and they go, find me the big blue person, the giant blue person with wings, the guy with a massive sword on his back, and the posh looking guy. No offense, mate.
I'm not blue.
But you're not. Sorry, my eyes
Oh,
aren't best at this time of day. Ugh.
Well, it's that or turn ourselves in.
I can cast disguise self.
Well, I could be very charming if I need to be. No, I can't.
I mean,
Didn't take that spell.
could move quietly and lay low if I have to, but if we really haven't done anything, then what have we got to worry about?
Being assumed that we did.
Show him your vial. Maybe give him that note. Helpful citizens.
And then we don't know what happened to us.
If we sneak off, they're just going to assume it was us. That said, if we are going to go, we should probably go now.
So, we going or we staying? I got lost at part of this conversation.
Don't think we've decided yet. By the way, I'm Flynn. Nice to meet every one of you. Wish it was better circumstances, but yeah.
Hi, I'm Clove.
Hello,
Clove
Clove.
Silverberry.
Very nice last name.
Oh, thank you. Is this where everyone says their names, or Was I not supposed to say my name yet?
I'm very hoping everyone else says their names.
My name's Alba, and that there's Trouble. He says, pointing to the little scruffy kitten.
Oh my god. Albar in trouble.
Very nice little cat you've got.
Yeah, careful. She can be a little bit ornery at times.
Can I pet her?
I don't know. You can ask her.
Hi. Is it okay if I just pet you? It's a little pet.
She kind of just comes and brushes against your ankles, looking up, tail bot
Aw.
upright, purrs loudly when you scratch between the ears. There you go. Made another friend, Trouble.
Oh. This is nice.
While people are deciding, can I take a proper look at all of the people that are sat around this northern table?
Mhm.
Obviously there's those two dwarfs, but like the rest, they look armored. Are they carrying weapons? Do they look particularly out of place?
Okay.
Is there anything that unifies them amongst their clothing, or?
Give me an investigation check.
No, this one's not alcohol related, so it's not going to go as well. Complete other end of the spectrum.
From you can't even tell what the races the others are. You get the two dwarfs, but other than that, you've got no clue. They don't look like they should even be sat. It's like they've just been placed there.
Yeah. There you go, splash some water on my face. This is not working for me.
Posh boy, who are you?
Me? Well, my name is... I can't remember my name. My full name.
I know it was
Well,
American, like that for names.
if I had any friends, I would assume they would call me Jerry.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, I was just I was doing a little investigating in the local area, and I stumbled in on the bar, and here I am now.
Oh, I think we're all quite lost by the sounds of it.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable about the guards outside.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go and have a word with them?
Should I?
I don't know. Could go one or two ways, mate.
Why don't we just each go to separate bedrooms and then wait for the guards to come in? Because then we're away from all the death that happened here.
My worry is that bottle of poison.
Oh, this bottle.
It's empty.
That's the
Nothing
issue.
to worry about.
Should I not hold it? Does that look bad? It looks
Oh,
bad.
your DNA is on it anyway now.
What's DNA?
What's that?
Forensics will be
Just a word I heard.
Ah,
Just wild man words.
It means do not actually touch the poison.
okay. I put the flask down on the bar table. Do not touch.
Okay.
Should I just walk outside the front door? Should that work? I mean, they're looking pretty. I'll have a little peek again, shall I?
I'll go with you.
I am going to have a look outside the front door again.
Likewise.
So once again, you stick your head out the window, or the door, not the window. The guards that were 4 is now 12, and they look like they're going to start coming towards the building you're in.
Oh wow!
Clove dear, let's go
more
back
than
to the
4.
group.
That's 12 people are standing outside.
Mhm.
I should probably close this door while I'm saying this.
Yes. Yes, you should.
Does this count as trouble?
Not the cat, but probably the guards. Yes.
I like your wings, by the way.
Oh, thank you. They're wings. I like your hair.
Can I have one of your feathers? Sorry, off topic. I got distracted.
I mean,
I'll walk up
yeah.
and I'll meander away.
Okay, follow her. Like, what?
Alright, we need to make it not look like we killed all these people.
Does it look like we did?
It very much looks like we did.
I mean, I can't see any blood on any of them.
That's
I'm
because
not
they
a
were
smart
poisoned.
man, but I believe the poison doesn't leave blood stains.
That's my point. You're carrying a fuck off sword. And always they going to look at you as a culprit now, aren't they?
And she's carrying poison.
I'm not carrying it anymore. Do not
You
touch.
put it down. Yeah,
I
don't
put
touch.
it down on the bar table.
Well done.
Hmm.
Yeah, 12 now. 12, not 4. 12.
12.
What if we tell the guards we all took part in a poison drinking contest and we were the victors?
12.
12.
I like it.
I've never drunken poison.
And that's how you win the game.
Wouldn't that make us look more suspicious? Considering everyone else has died.
Didn't you say something about there was someone who was here who's not here?
Oh! Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I remember. Yes. What was her name? The barmaid. Yes, I remember now. The barmaid's not here. It's very pretty. She's not. Yeah, she's not here anymore.
More of a job description than a name, but you never know. Maybe it is.
Enough to go on.
Do I DM? Do I remember what she looks like? This barmaid.
Yeah, I think so. From your, I'll keep your natural 20 that made you recognise that she wasn't here. She was elven, but not above ground elven. She was drow from what you could tell. She wore just a simple barmaid's outfit. She was fairly friendly when she spoke to you. Had long white hair, green eyes. Other than that, there was nothing sort of outstanding about her that you recall. You just remember having a chat with her, and she was a really nice person to talk to.
Oh, she was a really nice person. Lovely to talk to. Oh, we had nice chats. Oh yes, what did she look like? She had long white hair, grey skin like me, and pointy ears. I think she was an elf. Yeah. Nice chat. Don't think she's a killer though. Oh, she had green eyes as well.
The eyes of a killer.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I have blue eyes.
I have red eyes.
Does that make me kill?
That is my point exactly.
It depends on if you've ever killed anyone.
Let's not delve into that just yet.
No,
Exactly. Mhm.
I haven't.
Can I look around to see if there's another exit? These places always got like a cellar with a little exit hatch on the outside to bring the barrels in. It's got to be one of those, right?
Hmm.
I just don't want to be here right now.
DM, sorry. Was
Shall
that
we-
door locked? Or was it unlocked when we got to it?
It was unlocked.
Hmm.
Flip that close sign.
Yeah, I'm gonna go lock the door. If I can.
Okay. So you walk up to the door. There's no lock on it.
Shit. What do I have? What do I
That
have?
very much makes us look suspicious if we're on the inside with a bottle of poison and the door is locked.
Oh, should I bring the bottle of poison with us if we're running? Are we running now? Is this what we're doing?
Probably.
I've never done a runner before. That's what it's called, right?
Did we pay for our drinks?
I don't remember.
If we didn't, then definitely it's called doing a runner.
It is?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I'm up for running.
How many guards are out there now?
How many guards are up there now?
There were 12 when we looked.
Is it still 12 or has it gone up?
Oh, would you like me to have a look again?
You wait here, I'll go. And I'll pluck a feather from my wings and give it to her.
I'll put
There you
the feather. Oh, thank you. And I'll pop it with my other feathers.
Oh. Okay.
That's very nice.
Is there anybody outside still? Probably, but how many?
It's now gone up to 16 where you are, and Albar, if you're looking out that window there, there's another
I am.
12 out the back.
Good news, everybody. We're surrounded.
I think we should just walk out the front door. That's
think
the
we should
thing
find
that
a spot.
innocent people would do.
I can.
Maybe cry a bit.
Albar's just going to very deliberately place both of his hands kind of shoulders width apart, palm down on the table in front of him.
I'm gonna go behind the bar and look for a hatch or something stupid.
I'm gonna stick my fingers down my throat to make it myself try and vomit. So when the guards walk in, that they'll think that I vomited up the poison, and you tap his temple.
It doesn't work if you do it yourself. You have to do it to someone else.
Clover's looking very confused right this minute.
Secretly, so
Hello,
is the
Clove.
DM, but
Yeah.
I think Clover's seeing everyone trying to catch casuals, so she's going to do the best thing she can think of, and she hasn't thought of anything. She's just watching.
so you do not find a hatch round behind the bar. You have a feeling that this is on fairly flat ground. Any deliveries will just get delivered through the door.
Well, yeah.
I can disguise myself. Do you think my appearance might be a bit of a problem?
I mean, I've got wings. You're tall. He's not as tall as he should be. He's posh, and he's got a big old sword. We're gonna look weird, whatever happens here.
If it's okay with you guys, I'm just gonna walk out the front, but I'll wait until you're ready.
Okay, I can follow if you like. I don't
So-
understand why we have to hide. But I can hide. I'm very good at hiding.
In plain sight.
Yeah.
Let's go then.
I turn invisible.
All right, plan A. Plan A it is. I'm coming.
Oh,
All
Okay.
right, fine.
I will walk out the front door too.
I'll go with them.
Are you going as you are? Are you trying to stealth? Are you going invisible? What are we doing?
I'm making myself look sad,
I'm just gonna
as
walk
if
around me.
with my youthful stature, I am going to definitely play the victim card.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so, Clove, can you make me a stealth check with advantage? Person whose name I have yet to learn to pronounce, can you make me a deception check?
Well, Frida Hjolifsdottir.
Val.
Val, yep, that's what we're going for right now.
Go with Val.
How do I do stuff? 19. I am gone.
Oh, no.
Like, someone said tall. I'm going to go invisible. And then I just disappear.
Yeah. And in fact, no one with their passive perception can see where you are. So she is just gone.
Oh, she was nice.
I'm gonna make myself try and hold my stomach like I'm feeling.
Also make me a deception check.
Finn's gonna put his jacket on and just walk out.
Okay.
Oh, you don't look too good, buddy. How you doing there?
Oh, I think I was poisoned.
Very good. How do I look sad?
No. No, you don't.
I will. I could. Someone could make me really sad if they kicked that cat.
You suddenly got Albar glaring daggers at you.
No one's kicking any cats.
Okay.
So you all walk out, and the guards see you walking out. They were just about to start walking in, so you see them sort of pause, not expecting anyone to have walked out. But they go, "Hey, you guys, stop! What are you doing? What were you doing in there?"
Waking up.
I think I've been poisoned.
Oh god.
Gonna stagger out behind him with a flagon in each hand. Yeah, I think he has been poisoned.
I just woke up.
Just gonna get on like all fours and start heaving at the ground.
I'm gonna stand 5 feet away from him.
Okay. The guards will give you a look. They do not believe Val at all in the slightest. You can tell them looking at each other, going, "What the hell is this man doing?" They're not so sure with Jerry. They sort of step back a couple of paces away from him and just wait for a time. And the rest of you, they're like, "Well, we were told that there was something going on in here and that we should come and bring all of our men. What have you done?"
I'll be back, guys.
Okay.
Cool.
We just woke up. Who told
We were
you to
just
come?
enjoying a succulent Chinese meal.
Sorry, a what?
A succulent meal.
This tavern doesn't serve food.
Finn face palms.
Ah.
Rubs his temples like. All we know is we woke up. Some of them didn't. By some of them, I mean everybody who wasn't us. But who told you to come here?
We don't know. We had a note dropped in our headquarters this morning, just before sunrise.
What language was that note in?
Common.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Why? What language were you expecting it to be in?
Elvish.
No, unfortunately, common.
Well, everybody's dead. We're not.
And that makes you number one suspect. So could you all walk back inside while we have an investigate and question?
Yeah.
Told you so. Oh, back to my table.
This is why I wanted to run.
Oh, if I can make it, I'm feeling very weak.
I'll just pick him up and then drag him.
I'm just so upset about all of.
Finn rubs his temples again.
What did I
Okay.
miss?
They have all been marched back into the tavern by the guards.
Right. I've just watched.
Okay.
Invisible.
Are you staying outside or are you going back in?
I'll just wait until all the guards sort of go in and I'll peek my head around. I'm not too sure if I'm supposed to be following them.
You do notice that there's a guard stood on each door. So they haven't all gone in, they've left one, at least round here, one guarding each door. But you have the feeling that you're hidden enough that you could probably walk in and they wouldn't notice.
Okay, I'm gonna just slowly walk in.
Okay. So you're all back in, and you watch most of the guards start looking around, moving things around. The guard that told you to get back in sits you all down at the same table and just goes, "Do not move, we'll be back." And you watch them sort of start to look around and move things, and they start looking at the bodies and just basically having a search and seeing what they can find. Did you pick up the poison vial or did you leave it on the counter?
Oh. Oh. I think I have it.
Cool.
And it's invisible with me.
That's fine. I was just checking.
Yes.
So they can't find any traces of poison. But you do hear one of the guards when he's over by that dwarf there, the white-haired one, that one. He does go, "Yo, boss, over here," and he will pop over. His boss walks over, and you'll hear him go, "Yo, isn't this what's his face's son, the guy that runs the blacksmith?" And the boss will respond and go, "Oh, you mean Agvar? Yeah, it is. Oh God, that's not going to go well. He is not going to be best pleased." And the other guy will go, "Well, do you think it's anything to do with, there's been rumours going around about him and what he's looking to do?" And they go, "Well, potentially. It's got to consider all options. Not quite sure what exactly has happened here, but it may be targeted at these guys at this table." That's Offleston over there as well. He's definitely a known associate of people that don't like the current running of the city, I should say. My query is, how do these bunch of misfits over here end up in the tavern but not dead? It's suspicious.
Nothing suspicious about it at all, mate. Take a hell of a lot more than that to kill me.
I think I can see that you're trying to do it yourself with alcohol, but you're not doing it successfully.
That's my point.
Oi, rude.
No. It's a fair comment. I am quite drunk.
I like his style. But still rude.
So that explains you. If you've been trying to poison yourself with alcohol for years, maybe this poison just wasn't strong enough. But how are the others still alive?
Lucky, I guess. Get him.
Can I look around at what drinking receptacles different people had? I'm trying to figure out if all the dead people are all drunk from the same, were they drinking from ale flagons? Were they drinking more from like wine glass type things?
Make me a perception check. Okay. From what you can tell, they all look like ale flagons. But you were also drinking out of those. All of you five were also drinking out of those.
Could I see if I remember if anyone bought the whole tavern around or something stupid like that?
Make me a history check.
While this is going on, I'm just sort of looking over the guards.
17.
With a 17, you don't remember anyone buying around. However, you do remember that it was the barmaid serving everybody, and any time the tavern owner, the barman, went to serve someone, she'd insist that she do it instead, and it was his night off, and he should just be sitting and watching.
Right. Keep quiet.
So the guards will probably sort of look around for another 10-15 minutes or so. The captain of the guard will walk over to you guys and go, "Well, there's nothing in here to suggest you did it, but there's also nothing in here to suggest you didn't. Can I ask what you're all doing in Westrun?"
Drinking.
And you come to a Westrun?
Well, not specifically, but I find myself in Westrun, so I find a tavern.
Okay, and the rest of you?
Trying to enjoy what lovely nightlife you have here, which is quite frankly abysmal. But yeah,
I'm actually doing research for a book.
In a tavern.
Well, I can't be working all the time.
And you, sir, madam?
It's just a waypoint on my travels.
And you all somehow find yourself in this tavern, alive when everyone else is dead. A little bit too much of a coincidence, don't you think?
can I look at everybody who is dead as like races and stuff? If there's any like, for lack of a better term, freaks like us, or is it all like dwarfs and elves and stuff?
From what you can see, it's all fairly not freaks. They're all fairly common. So there's a couple of dwarfs, obviously, a couple of humans, elves,
Mm.
but no like furbolgs or Asimar or Goliaths or anything like that.
Still here.
Maybe it's a racial thing. You know, we're weird. You guys are horribly ordinary, so. Mm.
Well, unfortunately, I can't charge you with anything because I don't have proof that you've done anything. But I'm still suspicious. So for now, you are free to go, but do not leave the city, please. And if I have questions for you, do you know where you will be? Or should I just find someone to play hide and seek with you?
Hide and seek, that's way more fun.
Can I be here?
No.
Ugh. Could be bloody anywhere then.
What happens if we leave the city?
We will hunt you down, we will arrest you, and we will throw you in the cells. And believe me, West Run Jail is not pleasant.
What were you muttering about the Awfulstone dude? Is there anything we need to be concerned about, considering we were in the same place as maybe a targeted attack?
I doubt it, unless you're planning to overthrow the current ruler, and he uses inverted commas, of the city. I'm fairly sure you're safe.
But there go my evening plans then. Okay. He says very sarcastically.
I'm just going to lean over slightly co-conspiratorially. You want to be careful with town guard, mate. They don't tend to have much of a sense of humour.
Neither does his entire town, so I can do what I got.
If you're looking for somewhere else to stay, and so I know where the hell to find you if I need you, if you go to the residential ward, you'll find a tavern called the Raven's Wing. Looks like
Raven's Wing.
the Raven's Wing. It looks like the sort of place that you'd all be able to afford.
Again, you're quite rude.
Yeah, it's pretty honest though, mate.
I mean, he's not wrong, but he's still rude. All right, are we good to go? We leave. You have fun with all your friends here.
You can, as I said, I'll find you if I need you. Don't leave the city until I tell you you can.
Drain final flagon. Stand up. Trouble. Point to my shoulders where she jumps up. Pull up the hood. And walk out the front door.
I will just follow him, I guess. As I leave, can I make like minor illusion behind myself, muddy footprints?
You can make me a sleight of hand check.
Shit.
Oh,
Sleight of hand, you say? That's a dirty 20.
That is a dirty 20. So, yep, you minor illusion, some muddy footprints coming out. You don't think anyone spotted you doing it. But yep, there are now some muddy footprints walking out of the door.
Brilliant.
So is everyone leaving?
yeah.
Okie dokie.
I'll turn visible when I think I'm clear. And
Cool.
no one's watching.
No one including us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone.
Okay. So you all walk out the door and into West Run City. The city's starting to come alive now. You can see people setting up their market stalls and people starting to buy bits and bobs and coming out. See a few guards on their horses riding around.
I do a full body like stretch. Arms in the air, wings kind of like straight out back, and then just like relax a bit.
I touch one of the feathers.
Oh.
And visibility immediately goes.
Yeah, so you feel a strange sensation of someone touching your wings. You can't see them, and then all of a sudden, there's a clove in front of you.
Hi.
Oh, hello again.
Jesus Christ.
I turned invisible. I said I could. Was I not supposed to?
It's quite a good.
I knew we were hiding, so I hid.
Well done. Very well done.
Oh, but I was going to roll his shoulders, crack his back, and stand just a little bit taller. He's still not as tall as our furball friend, but he's slouching less now.
I have the
Right.
bow, by the way.
Jolly good.
I like you.
Because I don't really fancy staying in Western for however long it takes them to unfuck this mess.
True.
So I think we've got a
So-
culprit to find.
I'll hide it.
We also have a lead. We have the what's his name? Arga's son.
Agvar.
Oh,
Agvar.
Agvar or Uffleston or someone.
I'm a nice barmaid.
Yeah.
If we go to the blacksmith, we can let him know what's happened. Not that I really care, but then we can ask questions. He's more interested then. He's more likely to give us answers.
My only concern with that, we go telling the Mr. Blacksmith about his son before the watch do. We're treading on their toes.
Mm.
Maybe we see if we can find out a little bit more about this barmaid. Then we go and speak to Mr. Blacksmith. Once the guard have already broken the news to him.
Where would we start? Do I know? In her conversations with me, did she tell me anything that I might remember? that might be useful, or useful that I think is useful?
It's an everyday conversation that you'd normally have with a stranger. So, how's your day been? What are you doing in this neck of the woods kind of thing. It was nothing specific. In fact, you actually remember her not telling you anything more than you remember her telling you anything. So she made it very difficult for you to get any sort of, not information because you weren't sort of trying to get information, but she didn't really talk personal.
Looking around, can I see any beggars or otherwise poverty-stricken loiterers?
Perception check.
Ugh.
You have a look around, but it's starting to get too busy for you to sort of be able to tell the wood from the trees, so to speak. So you don't notice anyone particularly looking like they're sitting begging or down on their luck in that kind of way, because a lot of people are looking that way.
Do I, when I do scan round, do I see where The barmaid might be if I see anyone that looks like her or vaguely familiar. Do I see?
Missed what you said there.
Do I I'm just sort of doing a little scan around the marketplace, see if I can see where the barmaid is and if there's anyone who looks vaguely familiar or if anyone looks suspicious.
Roll me a perception check. So you have a look. You don't see anyone that resembles the barmaid. You don't see anyone that catches your eye in that way. However, notice someone just sort of peeking out from the alleyway, looking at you all, and then they'll catch you spotting them and they'll dart back in.
Oh, look! When I point
What's
and
that? Where are we
look at them.
looking?
Look,
I don't
there's
see anyone.
someone watching us. I think he's gone away. I think he's a little bit frightened. I think I scared him.
You definitely saw someone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I'll meander my way over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to move that direction, looking sort of nonchalant.
I'll give the group a wide berth and I'll go 15 feet down the way and loop back round.
I'm gonna peek my head round the corner. I'll just lean over.
You peek your head round the corner and you hear a "oh god" and the sound of tumbling, as someone wasn't expecting you to pop your head round the corner and got a shock and has fallen over.
Hi there, I'm Clove.
Hey, Sarah.
Who's now that I'm sort of facing them, do I what she look like? Who she look like? What is he?
So she's a young girl, probably around about 13, 14. Looks like they've seen better days, and when I say seen better days, really seen better days. They're torn and scraggy and dirty, and her hair's a mess. She looks like she probably hasn't had a wash in a while. Eyes slightly too big for her face, and they're blue. Her hair is matted and netted, but you can tell it used to be a fairly bright blonde. She's looking shocked and a little bit nervous, and she's starting to sort of try and scooch herself away from you.
I crouch down slightly just to make myself look less large. And I go, hi.
Hi,
I'm Clove.
I'm Sarah. I think we've done this already.
Oh, did we have? So I saw you peeking round. Are you in trouble? Do you need help?
I don't think so. Should I be in trouble? I was waiting for Dunvar to come out of the tavern, and he hasn't.
Was it something serious? Is he your dad?
No, he just sometimes brings us food.
So a dad? It's a dad. Yeah. So. Oh, he's dead. I mean,
What?
he's resting, long sleep.
Look, once you've ripped the plaster off, there's no putting it back on. You know.
It's a long sleep.
Yeah, he's dead.
And he's with the stars. Oh God, I didn't mean to say it out loud.
You watch her eyes well up, and tears start to fall. She's dead. How? Why?
Yeah,
I sort of awkwardly pat her head, and I go, there.
Give her the
I'm
cat.
sorry.
Make her hold the cat or something. Just give her the cat.
She's an unknown quantity. Not trusting her with the cat just yet.
Oh, for God's sake. I'll minor illusion load of butterflies around her head. Like emerald green, ruby red, like gemstone coloured wings, faintly glittering, just to try and be like.
she'll sort of watch them for a second, and then you'll watch her sort of. She's been fairly mature in her facial expressions, but you notice her sort of go to her age when she's looking at the butterflies before she sort of pulls herself together, and she's like, "Oh, what am I going to tell Mike and Chrissy and Leo? Oh God, who's going to bring us food now? How did he die? Why did he die?"
It looks like some bad people did something very nasty.
There was a mass murder.
I wasn't going to say that. I was doing the gentle approach.
He's not the only one that's dead. Who else?
Can I do an
So
insight?
many.
Can I?
Can sight check?
Can I
I just
very?
want to see if she's not more than she is. Like, her grief is genuine. Her grief is.
No, she's 100% genuine. There's
Nothing
nothing fake about this. This is a 13-year-old girl that's tried to be the adult of whatever situation she's found herself in, with the help of someone she'd made friends with, and now she's lost that support, so she's realizing that she has to do it by herself.
Can I very carefully watch her face and say, "This very nice barmaid is dead as well." Girl, see if she reacts anyway. That isn't grief.
Barmaid? He never mentioned a barmaid.
Is she telling the truth?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. You never mentioned her.
Did you see her around a lot? Or
What did she look like?
she looked like. Oh my god, I can disguise myself to look like her.
She looked like.
No, I won't do that actually. Okay, do that. I won't show that card yet.
Uh,
I describe what she looks like. Close star.
No, I've never seen her around. He's never mentioned he comes here quite a lot for some meetings with friends. Never mentioned a barmaid. The barman, he always said he was a nice gentleman, risked himself to let them be there, but no barmaid.
Do you remember seeing any?
Risked.
What?
Used.
risk himself to be a barman.
Your friend Dunvar. What kind of stuff was he into then?
I don't know for sure. He wanted to keep us away from it. With children, he didn't think children should be involved. No, whenever he came here, he always said that if we were coming looking for him, to wait outside in this alley, and not to go in.
Don't suppose you knew much about the company he kept when he came here.
No, I don't.
Couple of dwarves ring a bell.
Var's a dwarf.
Is he now?
Was the bar manager? Sorry.
No, he seemed human.
Okay, got two things.
What was this Dunvar's
Dad's
what's his
name.
family name?
Yeah.
That was Agvar. He's really good at blacksmithing. He's really famous. He provides everyone with weapons and armor around here, especially like and not the police, the guards.
So he knows the military, the authoritative presences quite well, then, does he?
Think so. I would assume so.
Right.
Sarah. I'm going to squat down next to her now. Kind of encourage Trouble to roam down my arm a little bit. Try and look cute, disarming. Would it be fair to say that you are something of the street urchin about you?
I think she lives on the street.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
She'd be correct. technically don't live on the streets. We have a little sort of warehouse that we kind of
You-
occasionally stay in.
You got yourself a squat. Of course you have. You look like you got a
Why
brain
are
about you.
taking us there?
Hang on. Would it be fair to say you might know a few people around Westron who are good at noticing things? Someone who might have seen a person leaving the tavern last night, maybe saw where she went.
Maybe. For sure, I'd have to go and ask them. But I know a couple of people that might have noticed if they were in this area.
Well, I'm a stranger around here, so I don't know anyone from Adam. But if you can find us somebody who might be able to help us track this person down, this errant barmaid, you might be able to find out who did this to your friend. He's going to take a gold piece out.
I'm gonna rip a page out of my book, and in like thieves' cant, I'm gonna write a note that says, "Looking for barmaid. Any information, reward possible." And I'm gonna fold it up and I'm gonna give it to the girl and say, "If you can find anyone that can read this, you tell them that we're looking for them."
She will open the note and she'll go, well, a reward will help. I'm sure potential reward will help. Certainly, give it over. If me asking doesn't work.
You can read that?
Huh.
Okay.
Might Dunbar like a dad, but he's not my real, in inverted commas, dad. The man that brought me into the world started teaching me.
Do you know where he is now? Sorry, random off-topic question.
Not here anymore. He's in a different city far away.
Okay. Sorry.
Don't be. I'm glad.
Glad you're happy. Doing better without him.
Where's the if I get any answers, where's the best place to find you?
Guess it's the
Bird's ass. What's he called it?
Raven's Wing.
That's the one.
Is that's easy to find? I'll send you a message there, or I'll wait outside and catch you when you leave. Get a response.
We'll look out for you.
Good lass. Here's a down payment. I'll just push the gold coin into her hand.
Thank you so much. And she'll give you a kit. She'll give Trouble a little bit of a scratch behind the ear. Best get back. I've been away a long time. The others will wonder where I am, but hopefully I'll get the information.
Don't worry if you don't. You've done amazingly as is. Thank you.
She'll bye, and she'll get up and sort of dash away.
Oh, I get up and I crack my neck a bit.
Sorry,
It's
so
nice.
I'm still learning voices. So who was it who wrote the thieves' cat note?
That was me.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn to you. It's that's Steve's scrawl, isn't it? What you gave her?
Yeah, I believe so.
Got a bit of a hand in the underbelly, have you?
Not particularly. It mostly comes from research.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
that's
Fair
nice.
enough.
Do I believe him?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I insight that?
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
Can I insight him? One
Yeah, That's it. And Sam, if you want to DM me either a persuasion or deception roll, whichever you think fits.
I am
No.
as well.
Yeah, as far as you can all tell, he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't really understand it, so I'm just smiling.
Where'd you do your research?
I was I had quite a prestigious upbringing. Spent lots and lots of time working away in the stacks, reading books and whatnot.
Round here or?
No,
Iman?
I haven't fleshed that part of my backstory out.
No worries, no worries.
Ah,
Well,
What's our next move?
The dwarf, surely.
are we
yeah.
not
we-
looking for the elf now, or are we forgetting the elf?
If she
We're
doesn't
not
know
forgetting,
the-
but I think the young lass will probably have a much better job finding her than we will.
Yeah.
It's a big city. Barmaid could be anywhere, but she might know someone who saw where she went.
Did we see? Sorry, everybody in the tavern. Was everybody there last night? There wasn't anybody missing except the maid.
From what you can tell, there was no one missing except from the barmaid. Everyone was in that room, was in the tavern when you were there.
Okay. Can I walk back to the main street? Sorry. Can I just grab some random man off the street, like tap him on the shoulder, and be like, "Hey."
Hi.
You been to that tavern before? And I point to the tavern we came out. On your way.
It,
Why?
some shady shit going in there, and my wife would kill me.
I have a wife. Okay, thanks, bye. He will keep doing this until he finds someone who's bitten to that tavern before.
Okay. So it takes you a good 5-10 minutes of grabbing random people before someone looks at you really weirdly and goes, "Yeah, occasionally, not very often. Why?"
Have you ever seen a dark-skinned, elven, white-haired, green-eyed woman working in there?
That he's the barman. He'd never hire anyone else. It's his baby.
Thank you. On your way. He's dead. Bye. Turn around and walk back to the group.
I think we're supposed to do it gently.
Apparently, he wouldn't let anybody else run that tavern. So she's new.
Ah, I wonder where she came from. Would I know? Would I know a drow is very uncommon, particularly where there's a lot of humans?
Make me a history check. No, you have no idea. You don't even know what a drow is at this point.
Yeah, I've
Nice.
no idea.
So dwarf then?
I mean, if you like.
I mean, what else are we gonna do? Apart from drink, don't say drink. We can do that in a minute.
Just going to slowly lower the hands that you'd start to raise.
Oh,
I
we can
will-
have a look around the marketplace.
Mm,
Is it busy places very often?
Are we in marketplace at the moment, or are we more in like just a street?
Edge of a marketplace. So if you walk sort of 50 meters to your left up the street that way, the market begins proper. But this pub was sort of slightly off of the beaten track, which is why it attracted most of you to it.
Is this market held in the main square?
Yes.
So, okay. So this is where stuff would have gone down 10 or so years ago.
much.
Just going to wander off towards the square.
I guess I'll meander, seeing one of us is already setting off as well.
Guess we're
Follow.
a pack then, and do the same.
I'm just gonna do a scan round as I'm walking, looking around. I don't visit big cities before. See if
I'm just
it
gonna
catches my eyes.
I'm just going to
Is
stop
wow.
on the edge of the square. Just look to where the main hall would have been. I don't know if it's still there, if it's still the same, or if it got rebuilt.
So it has been rebuilt, so it's not there anymore. This is truly probably sort of become the main market square now.
Yeah. So I'm just going to be kind of replaying some of the key events, just in my memory, just kind of looking from where stuff, where the fight would have started and where it ended and everything from there. I'm just going to do that for a few minutes before kind of snapping out of it. Did anyone want to ask somebody about some dwarven blacksmith then? Because God knows where he is.
Should we look for a blacksmith?
Well, from what the lass was saying, he's a bit of a big deal. I'd
So,
wager
yeah.
anyone round here would know where to find him. Or we
I
can
can
just
ask.
walk up and down the streets all day. I don't mind.
I'll go find someone nice to talk to ask where the blacksmith is.
Okay. So it doesn't take you very long before you spot what looks to be to you a fairly nice lady. She's got 2 little children with her around the market. The daily provisions, and as you start to walk up to her, you see the little girl. She probably looks about 2 or 3 years old. Go, mummy, 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 walking teddy bear. Look, look, look. The mum sort of goes, shh, it's rude. Don't say that's rude. She'll look up and she'll go, hi, sorry, how can I help?
Hi, I'm looking for a blacksmith. I don't go into cities very often. I'm a little lost. That is right.
Oh dear, no, I can understand. Westrun can be a little bit overwhelming if you're new. So it depends what sort of blacksmith you're looking for. So if you're looking for, well, let's just say the best blacksmith we have in the town, that would be Agvar, and he keeps his kiln just outside the Opal Ward, where it meets the Scholars Ward. So you're looking probably about 5-minute walk in that direction, and she sort of points you to the sort of northwest direction. She goes, if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper but still very good quality, then you will find Carolyn. Now she is in the Temple Ward. She tends to specifically do sort of more to the religious side, but she does do non-religious stuff if on the odd occasion. And if you're looking for sort of the cheapest you can get, then you're looking for Dravinian, who is in the very back of the market ward, just on the outside, the outsider wall, and she'll point you to sort of the sort of easterly direction from where you are for that one.
Lots of directions. I'm looking for. I forgot who I'm looking for. Thank you very much.
Problem.
I will walk away as casually as possible.
Walk away, you'll feel a little tug, just on the not painful, but just on the sort of fur of your ankles, and the little girl's just sort of attached herself onto you and going, oh, big teddy bear.
Hi there. I'll crouch down and remembering what my siblings used to do, I'll ruffle at the top of their head. and then I'll bop her on the nose and carry on.
You'll
Yeah.
hear a very childlike giggle from her. She'll give you a quick hug around the leg, and then she'll go back to her mum, who's sitting there with her hand in her head, just going, "I'm so sorry."
That's all right. And I'll go back to the group. And I will, oh shit, try and remember the directions I was given. Which one was the important one we were supposed to find?
Agnard or something.
Oh, yes. Agnard, the fancy blacksmith. And I think she said west. I'm not too sure if I remember which. West. She said west. Fuck.
I make like a survival or nature check to know if that is the right direction, or have I heard from his shop hand? Or...
Give me a survival check to see if the direction she's pointing is actually west.
Okay. Will do.
I haven't got great intelligence.
Neither do I. So
She is actually pointing west, but slightly more north, so sort of more northwest, but she's definitely in the right direction.
I'll do the thing where like you just gently point the hand to west. Yep. Got it. Yep.
Yes, so I think that's Agfa is the one we're looking for, right? He's that way.
Okay. Thank you.
I can lead if you like. I'll lead.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I've got the hang of this city.
Sure.
I'm going to go in a general direction I think is right.
Yes.
I'm going to hold back for a moment, give another wistful glance, and then I'm going to follow after.
Yeah, I'll follow. I'll try and keep like general direction, but I'll let her lead.
I'm really the ones who's like gently, oh, I think it's this way. Oh yeah, you were right.
I love this. Yeah.
I'll get distracted along the way because I'll see something in the store and like meeting my attention's just zeroed onto that and I forgot completely what I'm supposed to be doing and then I get back onto track and it's a long journey.
And it takes you a lot longer than you think it should, all of you. Not Clove. Clove is enjoying the walk. She's loving it. Doesn't notice how long it's taking. The rest of you are like, is it really? Should it really be this long? Should we not be there by now? But you eventually get there sort of a good 10-20 minutes after you should have done. And you notice it's a fairly large, for a blacksmith, it's a fairly large shop that you're coming into. Wooden around the outside, it's only one story. But you can hear the sound of sort of hammering coming from inside, and the occasional, where's that fucking boy? He should be here. Got so much work on, where is he? Coming from inside. But you, do you enter? Or are you staying outside? What are the plans?
And make sure it's the correct blacksmith before we enter.
I'll poke my head in.
Okay, so you do notice a sign hanging outside saying Agvar's Blacksmiths, and as you pop your head in, there you go. You see a dwarven man at the kiln as you walk in, just sort of hammering a piece of metal that he's got. The muttering gets a bit louder now. The fucking boy, he knows he should be here. What the hell is he up to?
I think this is the right person.
More likely.
Do you want me to break the news?
Oh,
I don't mind.
This is what, yeah. I'll be
Hey.
He will hear you, and he'll pop he'll lift the hammer for a second. Go, just a moment. I'll be right there. I just need to finish this, and he'll take another sort of couple of seconds to hammer. the piece of metal he's working on, and he'll put it down. You'll watch him wipe his hands on his apron, and he'll walk over to you and go, welcome to my blacksmith. I'm Agvar. How can I help?
Your
Well,
sunshine. Just going to lean against the door frame.
You might want to take a seat, Angvar.
please take
Got
a seat.
sad news.
What has that boy got himself into now? At least you're not the fucking city guards. It's normally them.
I'll be here
I'm
later.
sorry.
It really should be.
He's dead.
I think we were supposed to say it nicely,
Uh,
Clint.
Just rip the
Rip it off.
the
Get it out of the
bandage
way.
off.
Someone's dead. Poisoned.
Ah,
Uh,
we're supposed to say it gently.
Avo just quietly face palms.
He went to deep sleep.
poisoned.
Oh,
The dead.
Guy is looking so confused right now.
we're really sorry for your loss.
I'm a messenger from the other side. He's
I
doing
really
okay.
didn't say that.
You say that, and he steps away from you a little bit.
Everything's fine.
Clint, I think you're
I'm-
confusing him.
Probably. I need you to tell me about the plot to overthrow the government.
I
I could tell you all about that.
I turned you. 1 minute. What? Like flip.
Oh yeah, that's just that's
four.
pretty much 90% of my.
We didn't need to come
can
in, did we?
I engage Howie's? Can I just look around the shop? I'm just gonna look around.
Quick glance around the shop. You can tell it's a very well kept, very well maintained. You can see some bits of unfinished armor on the tables in front of you, and there's a sword laying on the table over here. When I can grab my mouse, there, looking like it's ready to be sold. He looks like he has no clue what's going on. He's not sure whether to believe you or not. Like a guy who's just had 5 strangers walk into his house, into his business, tell him his son's died, claim to be someone from the other side. He's confused, to say the least.
Oh, I'll walk up to him. Try not to loom over him. But really I am. And I'll say, I'm sorry for your loss. He's gone.
And go, you are awfully tall. What do you mean he's gone? How did he
Well-
die? Where did he die? What? Why are you telling me and not the guards?
Yeah,
I
where are the
don't
guards?
actually know. Where are the
This was
I
rather
probably will wait
unprofessional of
for
us.
them.
Have they not been here yet? He says to the dude.
No, should they have been?
Probably. Your son's dead.
How long has it been since we left the tavern after talking with the guard?
Probably looking at half an hour to an hour.
Okay. So it's not too unusual they haven't come by yet.
Um,
I'm gonna
too
walk
unusual.
towards the door and see if the guards are coming. Just peek. Just sort of walk outside and just idle round the entrance. Just keeping an eye out for the guards.
Okay. So you don't see any coming just yet. It's clear from what you can see at the moment.
Okay.
Did you ever go to the Puddlemuck Chambers?
Why would I go to that dive? He loved it there, what can I say? But I don't know why. He kept talking about meeting with friends, but why on earth you'd go to that place, I don't know.
Well, he's still there.
Oh my god, guys, we're terrible at this.
Yep.
You're just making this even worse. It's
The
gone
god.
from he's dead, I am your god, to
I am from the
he's
other
still
side.
there.
Still there.
Sort of push some of the unfinished armor sort of up the table, and he'll sit on the table and just like can't be dead. No, he can't be. Who would kill him? Why would they want him dead? He's like, wouldn't hurt a fly. He's not the brightest spark in the fucking book, but he wouldn't hurt anybody. He wouldn't have made an enemy that wanted him dead.
Show him a vial.
I've got the vial and
And the
I'm
note.
outside the door. Just
Who's got
standing.
that note?
Big blow.
No, no, no. Our friend with the wings has the note.
Do I?
Yes.
I have the note. I'll rummage through my pockets and produce the note and give it to him. I want that back.
I mean, technically, it's his son's property, so you know.
Well, he's not using it, is he?
Well, strictly speaking, neither are you. He's the one who can read it.
Got me there.
I'll poke my head up. I've got the vial still.
Brilliant.
Come and show this fool the vial.
Okay.
Should we,
Well, I wasn't supposed to show him. Oh, okay.
should we really show
I'll show the
him
vial.
his son's murder weapon?
I'll
They
give him the
might.
vial. And I'll tell him what I know from my investigation.
So he'll start by reading a note, and he'll just go, "Oh, did you get yourself into, you silly, silly boy? Put you all and give you a sort of a brief overglance, just trying to work out sort of where you lay in this." And he'll go, "Where is your interest lying in this?"
I was
Why
just
would-
visiting the town, the city. That's it.
You have these items and not the guards. Why is it you coming to me and not them?
Great question there, sir. Well,
I hid.
we survived whatever poisoning it was by some unknown fuckery we did. And, yeah, we want to know why.
We
And
have our
frankly-
suspicions.
Do you know
And
a
until
drow
we
woman?
find out who's behind this, we're prime suspect.
Probably, okay. Yeah.
Would I be primed up for out of character? They did actually see me.
Actually, no, you are not a suspect because they don't even know you exist.
Yes.
Okay, fun, isn't it?
Yeah. We want to clear our name. Do you know a drow woman? Ish.
Don't, but I can probably tell you why he was killed. Note is planning. Oh my god, he's such a moron, this child. They were planning to, him and whoever he was there with, were planning to oust Margrave Zimmerset. Note, they weren't keen on the martial law. They wanted a government kind of like Tal'dorei has with their new council, and they thought this was the best way to go about getting it. They were plotting to murder him, so I am assuming that that was found out and they got to them first, but so it didn't look.
They.
Well,
When you say they,
Yeah, who's they?
Margrave Zimmerset and his lackeys and his followers. I'm no fan of them. Exactly the easiest people to work with or live under the rule of. I certainly wouldn't have gone around fucking plotting to overthrow them all in quite such a public place. Here, as your very large companion has explained, it's got the Zimmerset symbol on it, and it's his alchemist that's made it. So I'm assuming if his alchemist is in on it, then probably the rest of his little squad is in on it as well.
oh, fuck me, it's an inside job. We probably should have
Yeah,
left all
these
this for the guards to
bad people
find.
we're talking about.
Yeah, that's a good point. This Margrave, sort of person are they? Let me make it more specific. Make it easier for you. Are they the kind of person who, if they tried to have some dissidents killed and then learned that some people survived the scene of the killing, in which many additional, possibly unrelated people were killed, would they just let us walk away, or would they want to silence us?
Let's just put it this way. I'd watch where you sleep at night.
Can I insight check him to see if
And roll me an insight check.
I'll turn to. Is it Val, the Goliath? Sorry,
No, Alba.
Alba Goliath.
Ooh.
6.
Nice. I'll turn to him and be like, "We should probably not sleep at the Raven's Wing then."
We
No.
can.
But now we're expecting mail. So rude.
With your insight check, he is definitely telling the truth. While he's not scared of them for himself, he's also not stupid enough to cross them. So it's very much a case of.
Does it look like he's holding something back? He's not telling us everything.
He looks like he's being pretty honest, to be fair. You everything he knows, at least everything he thinks will be useful for you.
Okay. Okay.
I think we need to find that young girl. Tell her to stop.
We talking about the elf?
No, young Sarah.
Oh. We could
We've
have sent
set
people
her to
there.
find the fucking government agent. If she succeeds, might get her in a world of trouble.
I don't think very important people see the less important people very often.
Well, I think they might do if they're worried that the less important people might spill the beans on what they're up to. We now represent a possible serious security risk for that
That means
Margrave.
people might be after us.
You can say that again.
I guess that means we must stick together.
I don't know about you, but I think we've got to get the fuck out of West Run.
If we leave, we get arrested.
Yeah, but we can't prove it weren't us without having to go up against the people who run this place. Who do you think the town guard are going to listen to? Us or them?
Their employers.
Yeah. We are shafted. Both ways on a Sunday.
I suppose if we try and find the elf girl, we might.
I'm guessing she's an agent of the corrupt government. So, Algar, what the fuck would you do in this situation?
And that was to the dwarf.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, sorry. Al.
It's
Ag-
Anvar?
Agvar.
Agvar. Sorry.
Sorry, I've been intentionally getting his name wrong every time, and it's starting to stick.
Yeah.
He'll turn to you and go, as in, you found yourself alive when you should be dead in a city that will probably find out you're not dead.
And has told us we cannot leave.
You cannot leave. I would do what you seem to be doing and trying to clear your name. I'm fairly sure if you leave, you will have trouble entering any city in Tal'dorei.
So, business as usual. Brilliant.
Well, I suppose it would be nice to have wander around the city again.
Well,
Thanks for a pleasant evening.
I mean, yeah. Also, knife in the kidneys. Not so pleasant.
Oh well, I guess it didn't see me. So I can act as your eyes, I suppose.
Can you act as my kidneys?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that's possible.
I don't think she should be your kidneys. No offense, mate.
Pity.
We are, yeah, we're shafted, and really not in the fun way.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Well,
sure
we've
we'll
all.
What we need to do is publicly oust the corrupt government.
Oh,
I hate to say it, but you're right. I feel like we need to continue this plan so we are safe.
Well, can you do me a favour and continue this plan not in my shop?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
whatever, mate.
Are you busy?
Sorry for your
Alright,
loss and all of that.
Sorry about the dead son.
Oh, I am very sorry.
Please manage to bring whoever did it to some kind of justice.
Okay,
The
I can't
government.
promise. Bye.
Right before leaving the shop, Jerry's gonna reach into his bag and he's gonna take out this kind of hat that is made out of loads and loads of like paper thin sheets of metal that go around the top of his head into a long point, and he straps a little chin strap under his chin before exit.
Huh.
Putting on a tinfoil hat.
Yes.
Oh, hey.
That is a very peculiar piece of garb.
I like it.
Is that
I don't know
normal
what it
attire
is.
around here?
People in high positions, potentially maybe after us. This is to protect my mind, to stop me from losing it.
I think you did that when you put the hat on, but okay.
People make us lose our minds.
Well,
It's in matters like this where one is to keep an open mind. If a mind is too open, your brain falls out.
Clove is looking very lost and very confused now, and she is pondering your question long and hard.
should we? Oh god, we do. Should we go to like a government building?
I don't think I like the sound of that.
No, me neither.
Oh, sorry, I was talking about the hat. And then mind thing.
Not too keen on that either.
Library?
We could go to a temple. Is there a temple nearby?
What god do you want to go to?
Well, I start looking around. I think I want to go this way. And I point in the general direction.
Hold on. Is there a temple to my god anywhere, or is that a rare occurrence, basically, DM?
So that's a bit of a rare occurrence. You haven't come across too many of them, and since you've been in Westerun, you haven't seen one.
Yeah, okay. I'll turn
Do
back
I
to
know
you.
if there's a temple of Helm here?
Make me a religion check for you. Seen one. You're not sure. You weren't particularly looking when you arrived. You just wanted somewhere sort of to settle down for the night. So you haven't spotted one at the moment.
I got distracted by everything else.
Everything.
I'm pretty sure.
I'll turn around and go back to Ag. Is there a temple to Soon here, or
No, not too soon. Not here. Your closest one for that is probably. Oh.
Brilliant. What would be the next good that I would realistically that has similar?
That is a question.
That is a question. Sorry.
Fine. So actually, I probably think either Serenray the Everlight or actually the Wild Mother would be fairly close for you. Both are sort of about life and joy and sort of love and that sort of thing.
So back to the group. Wild Mother or Sarenrae?
You what?
I feel comfortable with either of those two.
Why are we praying to a god?
Well, I don't quite know.
We can use this place to rest.
We could also. It's better than a tavern, which we could be poisoned at again. Sorry.
Or we could go and stay where we were going to stay, take turns on watch, and when we get the perhaps ambush, boom, we get the jump.
Didn't the guard mention a place we were supposed to stay at?
If we don't turn up there, it's going to look sus.
Crow's foot or something.
If we turn up there, we're going to end up dead.
Don't worry, I can help.
I mean, same, but I can't help if we're both dead.
I can heal,
I
but
mean,
not when you're dead.
Yeah, I can heal, but not when dead.
Let's just not die.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to do.
Death is natural.
Death is also abrupt and a bitch.
They don't know that we know anything, so play dumb.
I get the feeling
Oh,
very good.
I don't.
Anyway, to the tavern.
I'm going to, if we're walking to the tavern, look around. See if there's anyone following us. And see if I see anything interesting along the way.
I would like to assist with this.
So make me a perception check with advantage then. My gosh, you and your nat 20s tonight.
None for you next week.
Speak to the roll 20 gremlins.
Yeah.
Don't see anyone following you. You don't see anything suspicious or anything that particularly catches your eye. It's off in the distance. In the temple ward, you're walking the residential ward to the Ravens Wing. In the temple ward, you do spot a building with a symbol that seems familiar. So there is a temple to Helm in here.
Oh. I'll meander my way over. I got distracted.
I would also say she probably noticed like mark on the side of her hair.
A distance away, it's you just see it sort of over the tops of the buildings. Direction to start going that direction.
No, I remember we're supposed to go to the Raven. I stop myself and go, distraction, no distraction. And I go back on track. But I know generally where it is.
You know generally where it is.
Which is no.
You a holy person?
Mhm.
I saw you looting that temple.
Yeah. I am. I worship Helm. My family and friends worship Helm for since a long time, since the ancestors. We've been watching over the Temple of Helm for a long time. Are you a holy person?
Me? No. I don't know anything about any of that. Not entirely sure what my ancestors worshipped. Probably an axe.
That's a strange way of worshipping. But I suppose everyone has their different ways.
Oh, their ways certainly were different.
It's nice. Makes things interesting.
You're just going to do that kind of like slightly wobbly hand gesture.
Clove's not going to know what that is, so she's just going to look at it and do the same.
Yeah, that's yeah, like that.
Huh. Should we continue on? I think I'm getting distracted again.
Well, don't worry
Probably.
too much. I don't think there's a huge amount of rush.
At this point, Flynn will reach into his bag, pull out that bottle of rum, just start offering it round.
Ah, scholar and a gentleman. Thank you kindly.
It's all right. Just leave me some, please.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Nah, I'm okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. He drinks.
I don't drink. Do, 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 do.
Did you drink last night, Clove?
Did I drink?
Yeah.
Oh. Did I drink? Did I drink any of that? DM.
Any alcohol, you had a glass of water, although you do remember it having a faintly weird taste to it.
No, I didn't.
Hang on.
My nice elf maid knows I don't drink, so she gave me my water when she short time we knew each other.
That's
It
bizarre.
tasted really funny though. So I think she put something special in there.
That's very bizarre.
Poison.
That was it.
Do we remember our drinks tasting weird at all?
You've all had alcohol, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I don't understand, if they were targeting someone specific,
Yeah.
why'd they try and kill everyone?
Yeah.
Make it look like to hide the real target.
Maybe.
You got to leave somebody behind to take the fall.
I guess that's why it didn't work enough. I'm not a good liar.
Why the barman? I guess so we can say he didn't serve the drinks on that.
Also, if that blacksmith was telling us the truth, and it's the Margrave what's behind this, so it's probably the Margrave what's behind this, why would they try and do it with poison? Why wouldn't they just send their guards around to pick the guy up, hang him, in the normal way?
Will we?
It's
Maybe
not
you
about
knew
this.
something.
Because they'll be doing what we are now. Chasing loose ends, trying to who actually did it.
What I'm saying is, why is he being all cloak and dagger about it? If he's in charge and these people are trying to overthrow him, well, that makes them criminals. That makes them the baddies. Can just march in, bold as brass, take him away, do what he wants. Ain't no one's going to bat an eyelid.
But
So why the cloak and dagger? Why the poison?
that then gives other people reasons to be like, you are a bit of a twat. Maybe we should overthrow you. So I get the reasons why it'd be poison.
Yeah, and why entire tavern? Because when people find out about that, they'll definitely think he's a twat.
I don't think we were meant to survive.
Well, no, but then
I think we were. Then we look like the twats.
nah, if they'd wanted us to take the fall, they would have done more to implicate us.
Yeah. And we wouldn't be walking free, we'd be in a jail cell with a
Yeah.
lovely rope necklace, right?
Let's sleep on it. Definitely, we should definitely stay close and.
One eye open.
Well, I won't argue with that. All this thinking's making my head hurt.
You need one of these hats.
I think you're all right there, mate.
I'll knock you one up.
I don't think a hat will fit me.
It would not go with my outfit, so
Are we near the tavern?
Getting fairly close, yes.
Can I do a little scan round just to see if there's anyone suspicious following us? Is there anyone keeping an eye on us as we're walking to the tavern?
And I'll let your nat 20 stand from previously. There's still no one following you. You're not being spied on from what you can see. Yeah.
Okay. So, are we all sticking together in this tavern?
Is then alone right now?
Well, I'm loath to tell anyone what they should and shouldn't do, but you're welcome to join my table. Might be some sense in helping keep an eye on one another while we're all tied up in this mess.
Oh, thank you. What's the tavern look like?
Okay.
Never mind.
A little bit blurry, I apologise.
It's alright.
But it's fairly cozy inside. Definitely not upmarket. Cozy enough and comfortable enough and clean.
Nice.
And you walk in, and there is actually a lizard folk female behind the bar. Black scales, spikes on her head that look like hair, a little bit of lipstick around her mouth, which looks really bizarre. And she'll see you walk in and go, "Good evening. How can I help?"
Straight up to the bar. Good evening. That's that's very fetching around the lips there. Very nice. What's your strongest, cheapest stuff?
Looking for some Cogsworth ale, a copper a glass, but drink too much of it, it'll definitely knock you off your feet.
I'll see about that. I'll take 3.
She'll draw you up free, and she does it very professionally. She's very good. 3 in front of you and go, "That'll be 3 copper, please."
Stick 3 coppers down. How many coppers is it to a gold? Is it 100?
Copper to a silver, 10 silver to a gold.
I'll just walk over and put down the took from the dead dude on the counter and get myself.
What are you looking for, sorry?
Here's 3, my 1, please.
And she will hand you your 1 and also take the copper from yourself. You'll look at the rest and you go, "Any more for any more?"
I'm just looking around the tavern.
I'll turn back, see Clove like absentmindedly looking away. Just be like, "A pitcher of water, please."
Okay, she'll pour you up water and go, "Well, water is free, don't worry about that."
Brilliant.
Are we sharing the tavern with anyone else?
You look around and you can't see anyone else. You look like you're the only people in there right now.
And it's not quite. Yeah, I was going to ask what time is it?
Coming up for midday right about now.
Ooh. Early. Okay. Take a seat by a window.
I'll sit by the window as well.
We'll sit
I'll sit in the same table.
same table,
I'll join.
looking out the window, like I'm facing whoever's opposite me, and then outside the window.
Gonna get a bit. I'm gonna take out one of my rations, take out a bit of dried meat, and the little short rusty knife, and just start cutting little tidbits off, feeding them to Trouble.
Hmm.
Wow. This has been fun.
It's been something.
It's
Not
the-
quite what I had in mind when I came to Western, but
I didn't realise cities were like this.
I mean, yeah, pretty much all cities. Everyone's a dick.
most people.
Well, the kid was alright, but
Yeah. Kids usually are. They haven't been spoiled yet.
I was very spoiled.
Well, exception to every rule, mate.
Very true.
I was
Hmm.
happy.
I was looked after.
Anyway.
Did
there's
I
a
get
pl-
everyone's names, or did everyone tell everyone their names? Like,
Flynn said
pretty
his.
sure we're still strangers.
we done names, but that don't necessarily mean we know each other now, does it? You
Okay.
was Clove, was that right?
Yes.
And you're you're Val.
Because Dom's not here right now.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah, I think he's on the phone to work.
And you're Jerry. And you don't have any mates. You told us that, I remember that.
Yeah, Jariah Huntington Buckhorn the 16th.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember
wow.
that. You're Jerry.
Jesus. Yeah,
That's
Jerry.
a long
it is.
name.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like I said, if I had friends, I assume they'd just call me Jerry.
Oh. Really try.
I'm Flynn Aphrodite. That show.
That's right. So there you are. Not exactly friends, but hardly strangers at this point.
Take a sip of my water.
So I know it kind of came up a bit earlier, but I think it's a bit relevant now.
Hmm?
Who has actually killed someone before?
Let me think.
Quite a few and injured quite a few.
Jolly good.
Not really, but yeah, okay.
What about you, Jerry?
No.
I've self-defense, but not murder or anything like that.
I ain't asking you to implicate yourself in anything. I just think it's very likely someone's going to try and kill us in the next couple of days.
I haven't killed anyone.
Well,
I hope you don't have to.
as far as I know, neither have I.
I do have a mission, but I
Mhm.
haven't killed anyone.
We can cross that bridge together.
I didn't realize I was crossing a bridge.
It's a metaphor.
Okay.
I really don't mind getting my hands dirty again. Just leave that shit to me.
Oh, my hands are plenty dirty, but well,
I meant bloody.
yeah, that too.
Takes a long drink.
I'm just looking around the bar. I'm really curious.
I'm keeping one eye like out the window, keep looking if it's coming in that, like the guard or I see the kid outside or like that.
So as you're all sitting, looking around and keeping your eye out, what we will do is call it there for this evening. Pick it up from there next week.
Yeah.
Intrigue,
Nobody died!
plots, murder.
We survived.
You survived the first session, well done.
Yay.
Operation Invisible.
Say goodnight to the stream. So, good night, stream.
Night
Good night,
stream.
stream.
Night stream.